I can't see it. You need to stream in here. I'll load us in. I want to fucking be on it, Jake. You're pissed off. Go. Right. Pull me in. Let's go. Beautiful. Okay. Welcome back. Ladies and gentlemen, we officially have got you the full working gameplay. Modern Warfare has returned to us in its beautiful state as it originally was. We apologise for the whole of that second map, but ADS Gaming R&D 2-0 up in what was basically a single down S&D. You know, first parts happened, of course, and there wasn't really much to go, but it was important to mention that, of course, that hack up guy, the brand new sub for ADS Gaming, he did in fact go 12-3. Beautiful start from him, and seems to be very comfortable and only adding to bolster ADS's roster. But now as we're into the domination chase, it's going to be what I like to call very tooth and nail. The original way that this domination was played throughout the majority of January through April was very different to now, and that was headbutting B and playing flowers and using your ARs to make sure that these two lanes here around the riverside and around the trams were locked off. Chasey, how you feeling? No need to worry as I'm back again. It appears that right now Chase is just sorting some stuff out, but it's all good to go. I'll commentate for you in his absence. Now, of course, Violence have got the 2 flag cap right now, as players from ADS Gaming are going to spawn up outside P1. Violence are going to go up high. With MP5s and M4s, they're looking to bring down the house here. And now we're going to be seeing aim right now. Although no kills to his name, he's strong as a presence, but there we go. In absence, he finds the grenade kill after he has died right there. Violence, though, only leading by about 5 points, but flag caps are still in their favor, and they indeed are looking to find and establish some dominance. Because ADS right now, they're not playing around. They clearly have improved today. Violence themselves are looking what we like to call very slow to start with. Indeed, they're 2-0 down. They need to win, 3 maps in a row. Will they pull off the reverse sweep? I do not know. Modern Warfare is renowned for stuff like that, so I will not fault it in any sense of the word. Now, Team Violence themselves are going to go up high again, drop down low, but ADS Gaming are going to and fro, and they are leading the pack right now with an 8-point lead. Modern Warfare itself is not taking things into consideration, but don't worry, we're all good, man. ADS Gaming only leading by 9 points right now. And as far as these players are going, they're spawning up right now inside P1. Violence themselves are locked off right now, all the way back at P2. Now, this is really bad because as far as things are going to be said and done, it is going to be more or less ADS actually having the 2 flag cap and the majority of the hold here for middle, and the kill feed is in fact all red as well. Violence are breaking through. Players there around Riverside are actually going to try and get this C secured. But nothing really is going to work on either end of the spectrum because, dare I say it, Team Violence are not looking as comfortable as we thought. They're just taking things over, controlling them, and immobilizing them. Now, 2 flag caps right there. It's going to be Violence right now with only 1 tick on the board. ADS with 0 ticks right now, but look at that right there. On C, it's going to be August right now. He's gone through all months of the year to try and get this C flag, and right now, he is looking to take that as well. As ADS still only leading by 6 points in the first half. Very tooth and nail, as we thought. But right now, Chase, you are indeed still muted, my friend. It's okay. I've been covering in your absence. But make sure, yes, it's all good, Chase. Everything's fine on the screen. We can see the broadcast. No need to worry there, my friend. Hop in whenever you're ready.
Oh, God. I'm so sorry, everybody.
As far as things are going to be said and done, Team Violence, though, are indeed down, well, only a little bit right now. I do, in fact, think, well, actually, hang on a second. Are they up? I can't tell who's up, but Violence right now, I do believe I actually got a 15-point lead here, Chase.
Team Violence, yeah, no, right now it is Team Violence with the lead. They have 57 points to their name. I had to do a quick little bit of math right there, see which number kind of ticked up by 2 to really know which team had what score. As you know, we deal with a lot of technical difficulties on a daily basis, especially with this game.
Absolutely
and
fine,
we're
mate.
super excited for Call of Duty Cold War ahead. As the gameplay, it is here, and right now ADS Gaming are showing us, like you said earlier, a different face to this team than we had ever seen before. Maybe it's off of Hack Up, and maybe bringing in some information, that some sort of like, you know, some nice, what you want to call it, some juice, some sauce to the team, to the mix, or maybe just helping out with the communication and the team's morale. As right now, they're off on all cylinders, Connie.
Well, Chase, you said it again, juice in the sauce. Listen, the juice is temporary, but the sauce is forever. All right, you need to realize that right now, my son. Because Team Violence right now, they want to try and sauce it a little bit. Of course, having the lead, having the 2 flag cap, they are, in fact, of course, going to get some points on the board right now. It's going to be a lead for them right now, as they are probably going to take this one, I'd say, 80 to... Actually, no, probably 81 to 65. I think that's probably going to be the final scoreline right now. But as far as things are going to be said and done, we are, however, going to be seeing players from ADS and Team Violence get used and adjusted to this. We've got 2 more maps of this Petrograd, and dare I say it, Team Violence, they can't really be waiting around for too long because ADS have, you know, they've done a madness here. But there we go. First half ends. ADS Gaming win this one, 79 to 68. Heading into the second half, Chase, how fast do you think the ADS needs to be coming out of the block right now to try and retake over? Because it's not hard for them right now with this new look.
Yeah, right now, Team Violence definitely playing a lot stronger than they did in the previous 2 maps, and hopefully that helps them secure themselves their first map win in this one and propel them into this hard point to follow. As we're going to be seeing back-to-back-to-back St. Petrograd, but we'll only get that if the side of Team Violence can go back-to-back in map wins. And right now, it seems like it's a feat we haven't... Actually, it's a feat that nobody has done so far in the playoffs. None of our series have actually gone to a best of 5, let alone been a reverse sweep. But it might be on the cards for today. It would be an epic way to end off this league, wouldn't it, Connie?
Well, realistically, that is sort of true, but, you know, I think Violence right now needs to take things into their own hands right now because ADS are playing for a CB here, which at the moment is sort of paying off for them, but, you know, the flips are very, very dire. The spawns on Petrograd Domination are so fascinating. You'll spawn from P1, P2, or, you know, all the way back on Allegiance spawn. You know, there is no real way to actually, well, value anyone, but when the spawns are so far out from the flags, everyone's only fighting for something. That means one thing. If your AR is alive and has like a KD of 6, he's doing a good job, Chase. He's doing a pretty good job.
But we know Domination on St. Petrograd, B flag is one of the most bloodiest spots to be on, and because it's squished in between 2 buildings, it leads in for a lot of narrow gunfights, and you know, I don't think that there's been a map at all in this Call of Duty that could really tell for a more of a bloodbath B flag, other than St. Petrograd, as well as St. Petrograd. It has that really weird and awkward spawn out by apartments that you sometimes see teams spawn out, especially when it's a CA flag hold. But as you guys have seen already, like number 1 right there on the mini-map, spawning out on apps right there, it's just, I don't know, it's a little bizarre to me, but right now, these teams are both neck and neck in this scoreline, obviously with the 100 points towards the team in the lead. I believe if I've been tracking things correctly, it should be Team Violence, but by the end of things, we'll definitely know who won correctly. And right now, both these teams, the numbers that are being shown across both these teams, kills to deaths, are great. There's a lot of meat and potatoes here. Aim atop of everybody with 19. Aiming for heads, aiming for the win for his side to close out the series 3-0 and force a Friday night light matchup. Right, Connie?
Friday night live matchup. There's nothing light about this right now. It is tooth and nail. Only a 2-point difference separating these teams out the break. But then again, it was going to be ADS Gaming there. They're only 1 point behind right now. And again, as the ticks are looking right now to flip, well, I do think It is in fact going to happen. Violence are going to cap A, and the contest on B is going to happen. ADS realistically can take over here right now, but Violence got so much comfort in the middle as the kill feed is all yellow right now.
And it's a trip cap!
Spawn up. The spawn up again. They can't.
Team Violence!
Happened. Violence come through with triple right now. ADS Gaming are locked off. Cannot get in. Shut out. Taken down. As Team Violence themselves look to keep things under control. ADS are going to spawn all the way up at P2 right now. As Team Violence themselves are going to try their hardest to keep things under control. They can't. Oh! Look over there. Alu right there with the kill. He's going to try and play around A right now and control his life to best of his ability, which he is doing right now. However, the spawns are coming in. ADS are all over the place. They're not finding any presence right now. It's the guy, the myth, the legend, Alu, playing inside of this blue as players come to him. Oh! With two, he takes them down. He finds them and he sends them back to exactly the spawn they came from. And as far as things are going to be said and done, ADS Gaming look near enough dead. 23 points there in that last 5 seconds of their chase.
Wow, holy cow. G, off the back of this ingenuity and absolute spidey sense from Alu, we see G just pop off, and he tops the lobby right now with 24 kills, 11 deaths. Let's see if we can jump on with some ADS players, though, as they've been playing phenomenally so far this entire series, except for this ending right here, as it might come down to the wire if we see the double cap come in and a neutralization. But with 40 seconds left, the math is not checking out for ADS Gaming. We are going to see ourselves going to another St. Petrograd, but for Hardpoint, following this domination, as Team Violence have hung on by a thread, by that thread being Alu over by that A flag. Absolutely great plays out of him and the rest of his teams to really stick together, keep that momentum, destroy the momentum that ADS Gaming had from the last 2 maps, and really just find some new momentum for themselves, find positivity, find some sort of enlightenment. And right now, definitely, they are feeling a lot of pressure lifted off their shoulders, taking this one, and feeling like they are back in this series tonight, and they could definitely contest for a potential reverse sweep, Connie. And if I've seen one of the closest hard points, I believe, to date, was today's hard point to start things off on that gun runner at the beginning of this series. Even though we had a ton of glitching and from the camera sense, it was still an absolute bloodbath, and the players themselves did not have to deal with any of the technical difficulties we've encountered as both the producers, the casters, and the viewers. So we're in for a treat in this next hardpoint back on St. Petrograd, Connie.
Definitely my son right there. As the final scoreline is going to come off there, 148 to 129. Players from either side performed exceptionally up until the very last 2 minutes there, when you saw Alu playing around there, keeping players off and baited. 20 points was added up to the final tariff, and Violence came out there with the win, but ADS, 1 map to win. They won the first hard point right out the break. Will they win it again, Chase? We'll find out very, very shortly. Heading into the breakdown, though, it really is to come into one thing, and that one thing is 2 more Petrograds if they do. If they win the next one. I mean, these players need to get comfortable. We said it before at the start. If you're not comfortable on Petrograd, you better get comfortable now. You've got to realize that things are not going to be as you would expect. But we can tell you this right now, it's going to be coming down to one specific factor. How good are your ARs? And right now, it's going to be AIM up against Alu. It's going to be, one of the greatest battles in life. But we're seeing it again, and we're going to be seeing it right now. Chasey, that was pretty good, wasn't it? That domination especially.
Yeah, I'm a little bit speechless. And at the same time, I'm a little emotionally distraught because of all the emotions that came through from me with my production issues and all that stuff, guys, that I profusely apologize for. But now moving in, and we finally got to get the production underway for this domination, and we were given such a juicy ending for this domination that I'm left going into this hard point. There's momentum coming in from, obviously having won the first hard point on the day, but there's also momentum coming in off of this last respawn game type being won. And obviously on the same map that we are going to see for Hardpoint now. Connie, when you look at both of these teams and how they're both, heated up or cooled off, however you want to look at it, which team do you feel like is in favor going into this Hardpoint?
ADS out the right, they have actually showed some really good class in the gun runner, but Petrograd is a different game, you know, it's a different beast. The bad side on Petrograd is similar to Hackney, actually. If you get that bad side, then, you know, the rest of the game sort of plays out for itself, you know, the natural cause of things. I think, you know, unless, of course, you play even faster than you played yesterday, you're not getting past ADS.
Yeah, we are going to be going into St. Petrograd again. And another thing that we didn't really touch on before that I'm going to touch on briefly right now is the fact that now these teams have actually switched sides going into this one, right? So you're going to see Coalition all being played out from ADS Gaming and the Allegiance being played by Team Violence versus the other way around. It was the other way around yesterday. Actually, wait. I said that wrong. Sorry, flipped around. Coalition for Team Violence today and Allegiance for ADS Gaming yesterday. So now, this time around, you're going to see the favorite side going to Team Violence off the rip. Now, you did say the favorite side is predominantly going to do better in the Hardpoint, especially on a map that's as chaotic and has so many long what's called rotations. Now, for this one, knowing that information, do you maybe go with Team Violence? I myself am going with Team Violence. I feel like they've heated up now. They've gotten all that cold. They've shaken off all the rust and the cold off of that gun runner and then the Arklov peak. They've let out all their frustration through the beginning, the first half of this domination, and they were able to get back to the sort of way that we like to see them play, and we know them for in that second half of domination. So now going into the hard point, I feel like there's a lot more comfort in their comms and calmness, obviously in their gameplay as well as you know, they were not having a hard time in that second half. Connie, were they?
I think it was very tooth and nail. I used that word so much, it's like a crutch word for me right now, but it was so close for 7 minutes out of 10. 7 minutes, you couldn't read out, you know, they're edging each other out just a little bit, but again, hero plays came into play. They got a trip cap off the break, which you were absolutely gassed over. That completely threw off the pacing of ADS. They were not comfortable. They were out of their element a little bit. And just as they started to get the train back on rolling, it came back to haunt them. It bit them. It just wasn't there, and they lost by 20 points, which again isn't a landslide, but you know, was one of them things. They just got to slap themselves on the wrist and be like, "Listen, reset, regain," and head straight into the next map, which again, surprisingly, is Petrograd.
Yes, it will, Connie. And as the countdown timer counts on through, we both laid out our predictions. Now the chat, it's your turn. Predict all on your own right now. Hashtag Zvio win, hashtag ADS win, and show some love to your teams that are playing today, as we really want to see, you know, that come out, because that might be able to be a difference factor, folks, in seeing what team wins, as it looks like we're going to see one of the players here on the side of Team Violent and Team ADS Gaming just look to play for the spawns that they have right now.
Not unusual, but surprising. They've completely given up the right side there. A player has in fact snuck in. Team Violence right there are looking super comfortable, but ADS, AIM, I don't know. I think AIM doesn't know that there's a player back there, but this gunfight right here is going to be huge for spawns, because right now Violence are still stuck all the way back in middle. Not completely, you know, a waste, but I'd say AIM right now, to an extent, is wasting his position. He could definitely be, you know, out fighting gunfights, controlling the blue courtyard, but look, Violence have already got spawns again. You see, it's the second AIM stepped out of Hotel. The gunfight's happening in P1 completely don't mean anything now, because Violence have got spawns. P2 is theirs, and they're fighting for scrap. And right now, G, 4-1, looking super sophisticated and suave with the M4 in hand. Is that a face camo? Yes, it is, mate. As far as things are, though, he is going to lock it down. Make sure players are not going to challenge anybody else for this contention, but he is looking a little bit too aggressive here. And I do think the peak will not favour him as he re-chows it. He will get in for those two players there, popped into his camera. That means one thing right now. Alu, you're next. ADS Gaming are going to push through River and through Blue. Very common, very effective. But looking right there, they have, well, Hotel control. ADS Gaming are now going to fight for the brink right now as well. Violence are only leading by around 17 points. Chase, very hectic.
It is super hectic, even some team tagging in there, as everybody's having fun on the side of Team Violence with this point. And they are in the lead as well, growing it to 50 points. But this rotation, Connie, is going to be a long one across from Flowers here, or to Flowers, I should say, as you're going to see those red arrows just one step ahead of the yellows, as we're going to get the red players are going to get into the next point first. Now, this water side, that's going to be huge. Are we going to be able to have Naruto hold off? He's going to take a leave of absence from that angle, but he's going to get a new angle to go his way off of the gunfight right there against G. Now he's going to turn. He's not going to be able to get the player, and we're going to see Team Violence now playing a spawn trap. This is not what you want to see if you are ADS Gaming, as you guys are spawning out in such a terrible spot with all these Team Violence players up. They're just going to feast off of your spawns. They're going to get kill feeds here. They're going to go for some crazy streaks potentially. And this is going to be so hard to rotate out of as well. As right now, Team Violence looking so comfortable right now. And you're seeing it on the faces of opposing right now, especially going 12-9. The man is a myth and a legend along with the others on his team. One of the players to definitely watch for potentially stealing away that MVP of the league that might come out later today if the reverse sweep happens. But obviously we don't want to speak too soon. Right now, Team Violence still with the lead and growing, as they're already ahead and sitting at Pool's spot. As Connie, Pool, one of those power points, definitely a money hill for some. What do you think Team Violence is going to get off of it?
Well, one thing I can guarantee you right now, contests. ADS Gaming are going to come in hot right now through P1. Players heading straight into the gunfights. It's going to be Naruto, Don, Aim, all fight position, as Naruto now is going to fight for this. He's going to be the man inside. Left all alone right now, but with Aim, with the ram in hand. He is finding kills outside. He is flying right now with the pistol, but no, he wouldn't find a second right there. Looking quite hot. Unfortunately, Naruto has sponged some time, and the lead is only shortened now to a 26-point lead. P5, though, play it beautifully, and you got yourself a good 30-40 seconds, Chase.
Yeah, 30-40 seconds. It's a lot more than that, but Team Violence have finally been able to break on into this next hill, and they're going to look to grab a hold of that one, but spawns are good for ADS Gaming. They want to hold this side of the hill. They want to be able to hold it for P1 when we return to that one, as well as going into P2. As opposing gets himself a massive three-piece, he's going to get taken out, but Swish on the hill, looking to take out more. He's going to find one at the back door. Can he find a second? No, his teammate's going to grab that kill instead. He's going to grab another one just out the back door. That is big, as the team gets absolutely wiped off the planet, as ADS Gaming unable to get back into that hill and contest it some more. As Swish, he's going to look to grab another gunfight. He gets taken out and even body shot by Huck Opp, as he's going to say, no mas for you. As now we're going to see the hill under siege once again from ADS Gaming, but Team Violence continuing to find success on it. Even Ram in hands for Alu right now. Give him any gun and he's going to show you how to use it properly. Is right now he's getting a lot of kills with any gun on the map right now. It could be yours, it could be his, it could be your mom's, it doesn't matter. As right now Team Violence doing such a great job in keeping this lead growing, going into even P1 of the second rotation of hills. Now let's see if we can hop on to a different player's point of view instead of Alu's. Even though Alu's been doing such a great job right now, I want to give props over to opposing right now, who is leading the charge, except he gets taken out right as I want to give him props. Unfortunate stuff there, but Connie right now, this ADS Gaming side looking worse for wear right now in this one. Even though they do have spawns for the next hill, they're definitely not doing good and not feeling comfortable in the points department either.
Just as they figured out, you know, Violence is gun runner strategy, the petrol guy comes to bite him in the arse. You never would have thought it, but you're seeing it right now. As now all players from ADS opt to go high. It's going to be Violence right now, getting control of this trams, getting control of mid. But right now, Don's going to be the guy ready to try and headbutt and take everyone out. Unfortunately, right there, opposing in August with the very stiff shots will find their kills. As opposing drops, G right now to soak up all this scrap time, and it's going to be ADS, the first players to actually break through and control the P2. Now, as far as things are going to be said, though, G right now looking really good chasing the force spree.
Yeah, G getting taken out, unlucky to keep his spore spree there, just as you say, you know, a little caster curse that we both run into time and time again. But Killua sitting on the point right now trying to do something as, again, caster curse shows up. But oh my lord, I'm just looking now over at ADS Gaming's players, and Killua going massively double negative 8 and 22. That's not what you want to be seeing. Same with Naruto right now, underperforming massively as well, 10 and 17. They have completely dropped the ball coming out of this domination and into this hard point. Team Violence is is all of their players are feeling super comfortable right now. Obviously, 2 negative players right now in the turn. Well, 1 negative player in Alu right now, but still, even when he's going negative, he's making impacts on the point on the hills that are just absolutely massive for his side. Right now, the scrap time's going to go the way of ADS Gaming, but that long trek across the map is going to burn them out here, especially when their players are getting taken out. As the two-piece does not come in for Dawn, he gets taken out by Swish, and Swish gets himself a 2-piece on the back of that. A lot of success right now for Team Violence as they're holding this hill, but you're going to see a player getting taken off of. This is the point. This is the moment for ADS Gaming to flip things around, as the spawns are in favor of Team Violence when it comes to reinforcements, quick reinforcements, but ADS Gaming, they can choke on in here and then get a big, juicy-ass spawn trap in, but instead August is going to say, we're not in September, we're not in October, we are going back to August, as right now he's going to be performing absolutely massive in the background of this match. Connie, ADS Gaming still holding in on this one, but off of some really great ingenuity from August early on here, he's really putting a bit of thorns into the sides of ADS Gaming, and Team Violence, they're still looking comfortable on top, breaking through to 214 points, Connie. Do you think it's going to end off of this hill, or do you think we're going to see 2 to 3 more?
We're going to be seeing more or less Violence take control. 60-point lead here. One hill really is all it needs to try and close things out. But I can tell you right now, my son, it is looking like ADS have actually set up pretty well here around. You've got control all around the pool, up top, in blue. This blue house on the outskirts, just by the bus. Oh, sorry, the van. They're using a lot of the power there. The ARs and G, August especially, you've even mentioning as well, has been really good at snap on a free spree. As we go on to move with him right now, he finds the 4th right there, and he finds some presence inside the hill. However, now they're going to shut it down. Look at where ADS is spawning. They're spawning up behind them. The game itself is going, no, ADS, get back in that hill. We want you to try and get some time here. The P5 is going to be in favor of Team Violence as they set up a huge gunfight right there in the middle. That's going to be the man himself, Haycop. The substitute himself is trying to find some kills, and kills he is finding indeed. Only 24 and 30, but he's finding the importance. Now, as everyone from ADS pushes back, another important kill right there. Haycop with 2 huge presence kills, dare I say it, has pushed ADS through the back line, and Violence are scrapping for every kill right now. ADS have won the trades. They've got the kills, they've got the power, but Violence themselves are trapped outside. Now, as ADS find a time, bringing back it down, an 80-90 point difference from the middle of the game. They are finding some serious coverage right now. And look at Killua. 14 and 28. Doesn't even matter. He's in the hill. Everyone from ADS is in this hill. And now they've got to reset. They've got to play like professionals. They have to find the P1, which Team Violence has already covered. There's G right there with the AR. He's locking down that pool area, especially the cutoff right there between P5 and P1. You are going to be seeing Violence right now spawn up, and they're going to spawn up so close to the new hill. But look at ADS. They're flying in the back. They're going up high. Oh my goodness. But look at this right here. As August finds one, the kill feed is all yellow. Chase, take it away, my son.
The kill feed is yellow. The points are even at 225, 240, 24 to 224. Right now, Team Violence going up ahead right now. Almost a 2-piece for Swish. That would have been massive in holding off apps. As right now, it's going to be a bloodbath once again on this point, as both the teams are not going to be on it. Nobody's on it right now. As right now, it's going to switch hands once again. We're going to see ADS Gaming with a lead, but that's going to dwindle, as now we're seeing the point go all red, and the red team can take this point and bring it to the bank and win the map if they are able to hold off on this one. As right now, we are going to see gunfights going all the way over to the red side. The red side is going ahead. They are grabbing this one by the horns. They are shaking Team Violence off to the side, and Team ADS Gaming are going to be able to take the win. They have it. They win the series. We move on to Friday.
Oh my God. What have I just watched? What have I just watched? I don't believe it. I just watched one of the best comebacks of the year. ADS, 90 points down. Nearly down and out. All Violence needed was 1 hill to win, and that was on the P4. They couldn't even get... Oh my word. Now that, Chase, probably game of the season. I don't want to cause any outright, but my God, that was...
Not even game of the season. This is upset of the season.
Upset of the season. I can't believe it, man. Wow. Okay. Well, that's something to talk about right after this very quick commercial break.
can't see you right now. Give me a second. Okay, folks. We're gonna be finding a way to. Sorry, you guys. Right now you guys can't see Connie at the moment. I'm gonna fix him. Properly in here. He's gonna. Yeah. He needs to get his. He's gonna turn on his camera. And I'm gonna give him the. You can see that. I'm gonna turn off my camera. I'm gonna give him the stream. So we are going to quickly just talk a bit about what's going on behind the scenes and how we both can't seem to understand what's happening. Unfortunately, camera's a bit scuffed at the moment for this overlay, but like we will make it work nonetheless. I am not sure you're going to be frozen on.
I think I'm a little frozen. I won't lie to you. It's not a pretty face. It's not a pretty face at all.
Okay, well, you guys can hear him regardless, so we're gonna go with that at the moment. But right now, Connie, just kind of talk. Being handled in the background right now. Stuff around players substituting in the grand finals and how. Apparently, it's not allowed, especially when a player hasn't been, he hasn't been on what's the word we call bench?
The word is
Registered
right now.
under
We've just seen something very confusing happen. Really, so Hakop, the substitute for ADS Gaming, is in fact modern on a different account.
Speculation,
but that wasn't established with us or anyone else in the league really for some strange reason. But the issue is, of course, is that Modern, if supposedly true, is contracted to another company or another organization, and ADS cannot really sign anyone on the day of a grand final for another organization unless, of course, there is confirmed contact between two said organizations of this transaction even happening now,
as well as the organization, like us as the not us like us casters, but obviously Ray and the rest of the staff over at ALG. They have to obviously be in the knowledge of this, and I would assume they have to also accept this, and that it should be made aware that something like this is going on if you're going to have a substitution come in. But I don't know if this is a loss for Violence and we are going to see gameplay on Friday, or if this whole situation is...
we're all gonna figure it out. Okay, it's nothing to be completely concerned about, but it is being thrown up in the air at the moment, and there is no concrete information being given out. All we know is this has been brought up, and we need to essentially deal with it. But ultimately tomorrow, ALG will confirm what is going ahead and what is not going ahead. But we don't really want to end tonight on, a note like this, because, tonight's been definitely up and down a roller coaster. Really beautiful last two Petrograd maps we had. But ultimately, Chase, there's one thing we've got to say, and that one thing we've got to say is thank you, I do believe.
Yeah, we do need to thank a lot of the people in behind the scenes that try to make this whole thing work. It's been a real struggle for us. I don't want to lie to you guys. There's been a lot of new things that have been learned throughout this one, both from all the staff over at ALG Gaming, ALG League, sorry. They've been learning a lot about this league, like running leagues and such. Me and Connie, first time we're sort of having to produce on the fly while casting. It's a new experience for us, definitely, and one that we're going to take away and continue to learn from as we continue to do this sort of thing for other clients in the future and other leagues in the future. We are not by all means at all happy, or we are not what's the word I'm looking for here? We're not proud of what happened today at all. You know what I mean? Like, it's not something that we're hoping you guys really hold against us. As these sort of things happen, everybody's human, technology has issues, and at the end of the day, we try to bring the best entertainment that we can bring to you guys amongst all the madness, and we're still continuing to try to bring you guys some sort of not necessarily entertainment, but sort of engagement right now, with obviously us still talking to you guys and talking out these sort of differences and issues that are going on with what's currently a you know, a bit of a situation amongst and regulations, and a lot of hearsay as well. There's I'm not sure that there is enough concrete evidence to back these claims by the side of team violence, unfortunately. So, Connie, if we do, however, see a Friday matchup between these two, how do you think it's going to go? Do you think? What do you think?
ADS, what depends what roster ADS have on the day, to be honest with you. If they do play, I can't imagine, Haycup even making an appearance, because it wouldn't realistically make any sense what's been given. But I would more or less look into potentially now as to what we're going to do. But what we are going to do is look into this further. We are going to deal with it. This should all be done, though, in a very small time frame, and we should have a concrete answer tomorrow as to the final verdict. But Chase, one more thing. There's a little screen there on your OBS there. Is that a little thank you screen?
We do have a thank you screen, and
It is indeed.
I do want to pop it up, but yeah, I'll throw it up, guys. People that make this all possible, and we want to thank them for sure. We wanted to save this for the ending of the entire league, but I feel like today is one of those situations, or one of those moments, or one of those times that we should definitely be taking, for me and myself, to kind of thank the others that are involved with this, it all possible. There's also the hidden talent, the hidden stuff that, Bill and Fear do behind the scenes. I'm not quite sure any of you guys have really heard or come across them much, but they are some nice people that definitely been working hard with Ray, as he's told us, to try and keep things, ticking in the right direction, moving in the right direction.
Definitely.
And me and Connie over on production and casting, it's not too easy. It's not very easy for us. It's a lot of it is easier said than done. Pardon the pun there. But at the end of the day, we try to bring the best, the most professionalism that we can to our casting and to these productions. And we can't thank you guys enough, those of you in chat that have been patient throughout all of it and have been pretty understanding for the most part for us, and continue to be our fans and our supporters, and continue to vouch for us on Twitter and whatnot for casting opportunities like a few of you have for me. I want to thank you guys for sure for that. And Connie as well, giving him some love on Twitter has been great. For the rest of the ALG League, much about how much sort of what are the analytics and the love that you guys have really given to the ALG League. I know a lot of it has been a lot of likes and retweets on their Twitter comments and Twitter posts. And at the end of the day, I feel like me and Connie have to give so much props and so much thanks to you guys, the fans, for putting up with your team. Even though some of your teams lose maps, lose series, you stick in day out, and don't flip-flop from team to team, and don't start cheering for another one when your team's down. At the end of the day, you all are very, very dedicated fans and dedicated, members of those organizations that are here competing, and we can't thank you guys enough for sticking with them and, cheering them on. And we hope you guys continue to do so, regardless on if there's ups or downs for those teams in the future. And then at the end of the day, I think, Connie, there's last thing, people we need to thank, right? And it's the players, right?
The players, indeed, everyone involved from every single organization, that of course being 302, KGK, Onslaught, Innovate, Vast Unity, Violence, ADS, or Tenti. It really has been a beautiful time. It has been a beautiful time, and it certainly has been one that is good. Tomorrow, of course, will encapsulate that. We can reassure you now.
Yeah, and without the players, guys, we wouldn't have any gameplay for you guys to witness and for you guys to see on what seems like a daily basis for me and Connie, but probably isn't at all, or isn't at all. As without them, we wouldn't have anything to cast over and bring you guys. So thank you guys so much for tuning in today. And, we're leaving on a bit of a somber note, but we will try to get everything cleared up, and, a message posted on, Twitter, a statement posted on Twitter or Instagram to clear everything up for you guys. And maybe even if it goes the way, if the verdict goes the way of team violence, me and Connie will look to record a interview with them at a later date, and just to get their sort of reaction on it all, and to obviously crown the player of the MVP of the league. And then also, if things are extended to Friday, we will see you guys tomorrow for sure for more action, if that is the case. But me and Connie, we're gonna, take a break now and rest up and reflect on today's action, and with Ray as well.
Beautiful stuff.
Adios, everybody. Stay safe.